Welcome, welcome, welcome to another episode of Real Estate, Real Life, Real Talk, Real Live with the Real Secrets of Money with your host, myself, Damon, the agent or broker, DTA. I hope you're all having a great Friday. Today is Friday, August the 8th, 2025, and I feel good, y'all. Next Friday, please keep in mind that I will not be here or online. I will actually be in Vegas at a conference. So please keep in mind, I won't be on next Friday, but I will be back 2 weeks from today, which will be August the 22nd. So, as always, we're going to get into the wonderful world of real estate. And today, I am going to be talking about top 5 home buying myths that can cost you thousands of dollars, not a couple of hundred thousands. And I wrote some stuff down, so I'm going to be reading from my pad and everything. So I just want you to please keep this in mind when you're out there, trying to buy something. Please keep these information in mind. So myth number one is you must have 20% down in order to buy a house. That's not true. This is one of the biggest myths out there. The truth is there are programs that require as little as 3% down, and VA loans require 0% down for eligible veterans. Yes, putting more money down can lower your payment, but don't let this myth keep you on the sidelines for years while home prices continue to rise. Right now, we're in 2025. There were people in 2020 who basically said, "Oh, I'm going to wait. I'm going to wait." As they wait, the interest rate has gone up, and so has prices. So a lot of times, the same house that they would have got cheaper years ago cost them more now. So their mortgage payment will be more today than it was years ago. But we're not going to let that stop them. Okay. Myth number two, the listing price is non-negotiable. Meaning, for example, if you see a house and you see a certain price in mind, let's say 800,000, some people think that that price is non-negotiable. When the truth is the listing price is just the seller's starting point. Market condition, days on market, and competition all play a role. Sometimes you can negotiate price, closing costs, or even upgrades. The key is having a skilled agent like yours truly who knows how to position your offer. Now, you got to have good negotiating skills whenever you're trying to do something like that. But depending on the offer, and I always say this, depending on the price, depending on the offer, determines the outcome. But if you speak to someone like myself, I can gladly navigate you through the process to help you. Okay. Number three, the third myth. The third myth is skipping a home inspection saves money. Sure, skipping a home inspection might make your offer more attractive, but it could also hide thousands of dollars in hidden repairs. Even if you agree not to request repairs, having that inspection can save you from buying a money pit. A money pit. So some people may think that, oh, I don't want to get a home inspection because it may cost them $500+ initially. But what you have to look at it is that home inspection is actually an investment for you to have a peace of mind. A peace of mind is priceless. When you buy a home, you want to make sure that you know what you are actually inheriting. I know someone, not one of my clients, but I know someone who bought a house, did not do a home inspection. Once they moved in, they found out all of the electrical circuits were bad. They plugged in everything. The TV blew, the microwave blew, everything blew. That cost them more to repair those things and also to replace those items and to repair than it would have cost them to just get a home inspection and found out about those problems initially. So please don't think skipping a home inspection is going to save you money, because actually doing a home inspection is going to save you thousands and give you peace of mind. Myth number four. The myth number four is that all lenders offer the same rate. This is not true. Lenders are like gas stations. Same product, different prices. Shopping around for a slightly better rate can save you thousands of dollars over the life of your loan. And when I say thousands, I mean tens of thousands of dollars over the life of your loan. So please shop around. Many times when I have people who come to me and they don't have a lender, I give them several lenders to talk to. You can shop around and everything, because what you have to also take into consideration is when you let that one lender pull your credit, you can have up to 25, 30 lenders pull your credit all within a short period time period. Normally, if they do it all in less than 2 weeks period, it all considers as one inquiry. So it's not going to affect your credit. Some people think, oh, I don't want multiple people pulling my credit and everything's going to affect it. No, because you're getting a loan, people, the credit bureau see that you're shopping around for a loan product. Therefore, whether you get 1 or 21, it all counts as one inquiry on your credit report. So please do shop around. And if you need a good lender or good lenders in the DMV area, I have several dealing with everything: construction loan, regular loans, VA loans, FHA loan, conventional loans, you name it. Commercial loans. Hey, just let me know. And myth number 5, okay? You can't buy in today's market unless you're wealthy. Listen, I just mentioned how the price of homes have gone up since 2020. So some people actually think that they cannot, some people actually think that they cannot actually buy a home in today's market. Yes, home prices have risen, but there are creative ways to make it work. First-time home buying programs, grants, rate buy downs, and home hacking. Wealth isn't about how much you make, it's about how much you structure your purchase. Meaning, you have to have someone like me savvy enough to make the offer for you in order for you to get the home at an affordable price that you can afford, that is conducive to you. Yes, prices have gone up, but that doesn't mean that it's not affordable. One thing about me is I do not like or let people go into a home and be house poor. I don't want to see that out. Just like you see the picture of this home behind me, that's a nice home. Somebody can be living in it. We want you to live in it comfortably. Enjoy your home without having the stress of, oh, this house is going to break me, or you can't even live. No, that's not the goal. So please keep in mind, you can buy a house in today's market and you don't have to be wealthy. So those are the 5 top home buying myths that could cost you thousands of dollars. I'll be right back with my home of the week. All right. All right. Thank you for joining me. If you are not already, please follow me on all social media platforms. I am on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Threads, TikTok, Snapchat, LinkedIn, YouTube, and Threads, and Pinterest. Okay, I had to remember all of them. But I am on all social media platforms. Please follow me at damontheagent.com. You can easily find me on all of those. Okay, so right now we're going to go to the house of the week. And here we go. All right, this house right here, I just put on the market yesterday. This is a house in Northeast DC, right near Gallaudet University. It is a 2-level, 3 bedrooms, 2.5 bath. As you can see, it has hardwood floors, recessed lighting. It's an open floor plan. Perfect for someone who wants the convenience of living in DC, walking distance to Noma, and also to Florida Avenue, Noma Metro. This house is currently priced at $775,000. It screams, come by me. If you would like a personal tour of this home, please feel free to reach out to me so I can accommodate you. All right. All right. So on top of that, I have my Q&A, which means my questions and answers. So a lot of times people may not be aware of it, but if you have any questions, please feel free to send them to me so I can ask your questions online, just like I do everyone else, and we can talk about the answers. Okay, the Q&A for today is, and these are several questions. Hold on for 1 second. All right, the first question of the day is, can you consolidate a mortgage loan and land loan for one monthly payment? Can you consolidate a mortgage loan and land loan for one monthly payment? And that answer is yes, if you're using a construction loan. Currently, last week I did a house of the week, which was the land. I currently have someone who actually is in the process of building a home on that land, and they're using a construction loan. The construction loan would actually cover both of those things. So it's like certain process within the loan that they have to go through. But yes, you can do that. Number two, the second question is, since the influx of houses on the market, has there been any changes in any grant programs that buyers should be aware of? Since the influx of houses on the market, has there been any changes in any grant programs that buyers should be aware of? That's a great question. Now, since there are a lot of houses on the market and everything, of course, there's still a lot of grant programs out here. Now, as far as what buyers be aware of them, a lot of times buyers have to actually speak to a preferred lender, because depending on the buyer situation, their income and their credit is going to determine whether or not they qualify for it. Now, has more programs come on the market? Yes, they actually have. Again, you have to speak with the local lender about that, because depending on the area where you're buying the home and depending on that particular buyer is going to determine whether or not which programs they actually qualify for. Great question. Question number three. What causes the price of real estate taxes to either go up or down? What causes the price of real estate taxes to either go up or down? What actually causes that is actually the local county and also the appraised value of the home. Now, for example, back in 2008, when the housing market actually crashed and prices went down, in certain areas, taxes did not go down. And that because no one said anything. You have to actually petition that at your local county and courts in order to challenge taxes. Now, as long as the counties feel like you are gaining equity in your home and your value is going up, they're going to justify increasing taxes. If you ever notice, from year to year, they give you an assessment on your taxes. And on the assessment, it clearly says what they believe your home value to be, even though that's not an actual appraised value. The only value that really matters is the appraised value. But the county will give you an assessed value to justify them raising taxes. So again, those are the reasons why taxes go up. They rarely go down. But why they go up is normally because of the local county. You have to contest that with your local county. Question number 4. If you're looking for an investment property, is it best to look for foreclosures, short sale, or it doesn't matter? If you're looking for an investment property, is it best to look for foreclosures, short sale, or it doesn't matter? This is a great question. Okay. Now, it depends on, I always tell people it depends on the investment property, because some people purchase investment property and they want to rent it out to tenants to get back income. Some people get a property, they want to renovate it and flip it so they can collect the lump sum money. Now, depending on which one they're trying to do, if they're trying to get a investment property to put a tenant in it, I wouldn't suggest getting a foreclosure or a short sale, because you're going to have to do some fixing up to that particular property. And if you want to get a tenant in it right away, then that might hold you up as far as putting a tenant in it. If you're looking to do a renovation and everything, foreclosures are always the best. But I always like to tell people that nowadays foreclosure prices on homes is totally different from foreclosed houses on homes 20 plus years ago. You have homes that are 500 plus thousand that are foreclosed property, but the 500 plus thousand, the home might be really worth, if fixed up and everything, might be worth 750,000. It really depends on the area. Short sales are similar to foreclosed property. Short sale is basically when the homeowner is selling the house, shorting the mortgage company that they actually owe. So they have to get approval from the mortgage company of the seller. And in many cases, the condition of the home is not in the best condition, but in many cases, not in the condition of foreclosed properties either. So those two properties would be good properties to get if you are looking to do some type of renovations and resale. You're looking to flip the property. If you're looking to get an investment property and you want to rent it out right away, I would use a standard sale, because a lot of times those particular properties are in better condition than foreclosed properties or short sale. Okay, question number 5. What are the different types of lien that can be put on my home? Oh, there are several liens that can be actually put on your home. There's a tax lien that could be put on your home. There's a mechanical lien that could be put on your home. I mean, there's all types of liens, that can be put on your home. Hold on for 1 second. All right, so yeah, there are judgment liens, tax liens, mechanical liens, child support liens, HOA liens, mortgage liens. And mortgage liens is not the same as the lien with your mortgage company and everything. Mortgage lien is it's a legal form of security collateral to guarantee payment of a debt. So there are many liens. I mean, like I said, I mentioned tax lien. You have alimony lien. Let's say hypothetically someone is going through a divorce and they basically owe the other spouse a lot of money. The courts will put a lien on their property as well to ensure that the other party does get those funds and stuff. So if they try to sell the property, they have to automatically give it to them if it's not reached in the divorce decree as far as selling the property. So there are many types of liens to put on properties and everything. But the most important ones to keep in mind are the tax liens, the HOA liens, the mechanical lien. And mechanical lien is basically when someone does work for the homeowner and the homeowner does not pay them, the people who, the contractors or whomever can actually put a lien against the property to ensure that they get their due payment. So yes, those are several liens that can actually be put on the home. These were great questions today. I love it when you all have questions for me. So please always ask the questions that you ask and everything, because someone else out there might have the same question as you. And we want to make sure that everyone is very knowledgeable when it pertains to this thing called real estate. So I'll be right back in a second. All right. Okay. So basically, real quick, I want to go into a quick financial product that I want to discuss with people. I want to discuss briefly about an annuity. Now, I believe I mentioned this before and everything, but I want to get people to really understand the value of an annuity. An annuity basically is a financial product that you can invest into that will actually pay you. Sometimes when people get lump sum payments, most people want to enjoy the money right away, but sometimes it's best to take some of your lump sum and then invest into a financial product. An annuity will can pay you actually for the rest of your life, depending on what annuity that you get, depending on how much you put into it. Just imagine having that income always coming in. I say that to say that you can also get an annuity that don't pay you for the rest of your life, but pay you short term as well too. Annuities are great financial products that help people to set up their future and everything. A lot of times we don't think, and some when I say we, meaning all of us, don't think about the future in some forms or fashion when it pertains to finances, but when the future comes, it affects you. So now is a good time. If you never thought about looking into what an annuity product is, please reach out to me so I can elaborate more and help you discover the many different products of an annuity so it can help set you up. It's a great financial product that I'm guaranteed that you will love. An annuity product is a great one for you. All right, you all, I'm going to go into my topic of today. My topic of today is apology. Now, on Mondays, I normally do this thing called M3, which is my Men's Message Monday that I do on social media. And when I talk about, I'm always talking to the fellas. The reason why I talk to the fellas so much is because of the fact that I realize that there's not many platforms for men. I realize that, a lot of women, they have much more unity than men do. They have a lot more support than us as men do. And I've seen it in every day. And I've seen it even in myself, where sometimes we bottle up so much stuff inside of us that when it comes out, it may not be received correctly. It might be received incorrectly. So I started up the M3. I talked on Monday about, forgiveness and apology and everything. And I'm going to say about apology. For men, it is hard to apologize about anything because most men are egotistical. Most men are prideful. And most men don't think they're wrong. And even if they are wrong, they don't want to admit that they are wrong. Now, I apologize to any and everyone that I might have offended. I don't know who everyone is. If I did, I apologize to you. I know for a fact, though, in my family, I offended my kids because I did a Father's Day rant a couple of weeks ago, and they didn't like the fact that I had put it on social media. But I was just expressing my disappointment and my hurt, not to really be talking about them. So I just want to give a public apology to my kids. I love you. I always will love you. I always have. But at the same time, though, my kids, they kind of said some things to me that was hurtful, and I won't elaborate on it. They know what they said, but I just want to give apology to my kids. And I'm doing this publicly to show men that apologizing is not for the weak. I mean, meaning it doesn't make you weak. Just because you apologize don't mean you weak. You know, actually, it means you're strong. You know, apologizing to a loved one because you feel offended or violated means that you really should do it. Like one thing I realized about this thing called life is we go through life holding grudges, not speaking, and next thing you know, time has passed, and sometimes people have even passed away. Apologize to these fellas, you know what I'm saying, to whomever you may have hurt because you don't know how it affected them. Just like I've apologized to my kids. I didn't know what I said really affected them the way that it did. And I say this to say that if we all can apologize to each other, families will be much more better and much more stronger. We all need each other, whether we realize it or not. You know, the only thing we have on this earth is time and memories. Money's going to come and go. People's going to come and go, but your family should be there forever. So again, I apologize to any and everyone that I've ever hurt, whether it's my family, whether it's no, not my family. Again, my intentions were not to be, you know, that of hurt. A lot of times my intentions was to be that of it just expressing myself. But at the same time, though, a lot of times we don't know who we offend and who we might hurt. But again, like I'm giving my apologies to my grown children and even my you know, to anyone that I've hurt. I'm just saying to you fellas, apologize. Just apologize. If people don't receive it, you've already put it out there. And I'm just saying this, like, even for others who are not the fellas, if you know that you've done someone wrong, apologize, because even when it pertains to your parents, listen, parents are not perfect in this world. You know, parents do things the best they can. But here's the thing, if you have a parent that has tried, that's all you can ask, because when you go through this life, you're going to try to do so many things, and so many people are going to judge you and ridicule you for just you trying to do the best that you can. You're not going to be perfect. Jesus was perfect, and he was lied on, and he wasn't liked by people. So if the most perfect person on this earth can be lied on and be against, what makes you think that people are not going to be against you? And I say that to say that apology is necessary in order to heal people and family. So people, if you have hurt anyone, and I know some people say, oh, I'm not apologizing, I'm not doing that. And again, that's pride. Pride comes before the fall. Hey, look, it is what it is. It's called life. We all go through it. Again, I just want to apologize to my grown kids and anyone else that may have offended. And I don't know, like I said, I don't know if I did or if I didn't, but again, charge it to my head and not my heart, because my heart is really genuine. My heart is really good. You know, my head is really hard. So charge it to my head. As y'all can see, I got a big head. So again, I just wanted to say that. So I'll be right back with a recap. All right, all right, all right. Again, before we go out, please make sure that you all follow me on all social media platforms. And thank you for joining me. Again, today I just want to go briefly the top 5 home buyer myths that could cost you thousands is: 1, you must have 20% down to buy a house. Not true. 2, the listing price is non-negotiable. Not true. 3, skipping a home inspection saves you money. Not true. All lender offer the same rates. This is number 4. Not true. Number 5, you can't buy in today's market unless you're wealthy. Not true. None of those things are true, y'all. What's true is if you contact me, I'll tell you what is true. Look, don't forget, in 2 weeks, next week, I will not be on here. I will actually be in Vegas. 2 weeks, I'll be back so we can go over all these real estate topics. If you have any real estate questions, please write them down, get them for me, send them to me. I'm here to be a resource. And again, my rant was, I apologize to my grown kids. I apologize to you if I offended you in any ways. Charge it to my head, not my heart. All right. I love you all. Thank you all for joining me. You all have a great, great, great weekend, and I shall see you soon.